Good afternoon to you from Korea and welcome to the fifth game in the Asian Rugby Union Championship taking place here in the Namdong Rugby Stadium in Incheon. Thank you for joining us around the world as we prepare to bring you what is a crunch game in this three countries contest. Korea and Hong Kong meet in a very important game for both countries as they fight it out for second place after Japan had sealed victory in the event last week. Joining me in commentary for the game is the former Welsh international, one of the most experienced rugby union coaches in the world, and now the high performance director of rugby from Hong Kong Rugby. Dai Rees, good afternoon, Dai.
Good afternoon, Colin. Great to be back, and what a great day.
Nice to have you here. Yes, what a great day. Sun shining and a little bit warm for the guys out there.
It's not too bad. It's a fantastic opportunity. Having been born and brought up in Wales, it's fantastic actually to be in the sun on. It's not that too hot out there actually. I've been down on the pitch with the players, so it's a fantastic opportunity for a wide open expansive game which Korea love to play. So it's an interesting day.
But I did see Dai, some of your people down there and the people from Korea putting a couple of water bottles around the place. So yeah, things will be pretty hot.
Yeah, certainly be required to be taking that hydration on. Our fitness guy has been critical on that over the last 24 hours. So a really exciting day ahead. Fantastic. The new format of the championship has opened up a fantastic opportunity for both sides to stay in the top three.
Exactly, and a big crowd starting to come in as the two teams arrive to this magnificent stadium here in Namdong Rugby Stadium. As I said, one of the best stadiums I've seen for a long time. And, the players will certainly enjoy being out there on this magnificent ground. And yeah, a lot at stake. It's a bit of a crunch game, isn't it? Big crunch game.
Yeah, you've got to take your hats off to ARFU, who decided to change the format of the competition this year. It's certainly been fantastic for teams like Hong Kong and Korea to have 4 intense games against each other on a home and away basis. And indeed, in its first year, it's opened up magic opportunities for both players and coaches, but indeed put pressure on both these teams today to come up with a win and secure that top 3 spot for next season.
There we have the teams lining up across the halfway line. The team on the left is white, the band across the middle, the team from Korea, and the team on the right in the red, the white shorts, the team from Hong Kong. There's some dignitaries down there to be introduced to the players. The players, great mix. You said it's a great competition. Great mix of experienced players and young guys coming into both sides.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think we're at the stage of World Cup here. Both sides will be looking and keeping one eye on 2019, the first Cup in Asia. The standings, as we see on the screen now, Hong Kong needing a win today to get over the Korea. But the critical point here is that there's 2 bonus points in the Hong Kong bag. So a win today would potentially take Hong Kong above Korea with 1 game left against Japan in Hong Kong next week.
Yeah, but as you say, a win for Hong Kong, but it won't be easy because this is a very good Korean side.
Yeah, certainly, Colin. Our experiences. I've been in Hong Kong 7 years now. We've never won in Korea. I haven't managed to find the statistics out, but I can't remember the last time Hong Kong had a victory in Korea. We've had a few wins, but it's been in Hong Kong.
Exactly, as you say, some things on the line today for a lot of those young guys that we're looking at in the Hong Kong team, and we'll go through some of the players, but you've got 1 or 2 newcomers into the side as well.
Certainly what we're hoping to do today from a Hong Kong perspective, there's 5 changes to the starting lineup to the team that started in Hong Kong earlier in the season against Korea. So we hope to spring a few surprises, but a significant member becoming eligible last week is Adrian Griffiths, winning his first cap, the dominant second row in the domestic game in Hong Kong, and I think he'll bring something special to the game today.
Exactly, and the crowd still coming into the stadium down the left-hand side and the right-hand side, and we're going to for the national anthems for the 2 countries, and also we minute silence in honor and the memory of the seawall disaster which struck this country last year.
For our hope, during the to express our condolences.
Seawall disaster.
국가 연주가 있겠습니다. 국가 연주는 강문팀인 미국팀의 국가 연주에 이어 대한민국의 애국가가 연주되겠습니다. 경기장 내 선수단과 기준 여러분, 관객께서는 모두 국기를 향해 주시기 바랍니다.
Before beginning the match, national anthems will be played. The national anthem of Hong Kong will be played first, and the Korean national anthem will be played right after Hong Kong's anthem. All players and audience, please face to the flag.
The national anthem of Korea, and before that from Hong Kong. And there you see the players from Hong Kong and Korea now changing sides and going to the far side and the left-hand side of your screen. The team in red from Hong Kong. And there's a view across the arena, and there's the starting lineup for Korea. A couple of interesting situations there for your guys to handle.
Yeah, certainly, you know, last week we watched them play against Japan. They made several changes to last week's, almost concentrating and focusing on this game this afternoon as a must-win game for them. And certainly they've returned to what we know, which was virtually the team that started against us 3 weeks ago in Hong Kong. But significantly, the number 9, Lee, is a fantastic little player, and we know we need to look after him. And as they showed with 4 tries out wide as well, lots of pace. Jing Bin switching, I believe, from the centre to the wing today. So critical player. I think he scored 3 or 4 tries against us 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And there's your Hong Kong side, a couple of changes there, and a big drive expected from the front 3.
Yeah, from the front 3, you know, first time in many years, I think, that the Hong Kong Scottish front row today, first time the club front row in a long time has started for Hong Kong, so they play together at club level, so they will know each other. Adrian Griffiths significant in the second row, and behind tried and tested combination of Max Woodward and Jamie Hood will have a big influence on this game. And Yukam Singh coming back into the starting lineup as a strike player out wide.
And I'm looking forward to seeing that number 5. He's a big, tall lad. Adrian Griffiths, he's 26 years of age, and he's 6'6", so he's going to be a big advantage to Dwyer and the others around him.
Yeah, plays a lot in the back row in club rugby in Hong Kong, so he's very mobile, and has played sevens rugby in the past for Bath back in the UK. So we've got big expectations of Adrian coming in for his first cap today.
So it's going to be Hong Kong to get the game underway, kicking from left to right on your screen, wearing the red and the white shorts, as the referee out there in charge, Shimu. And there's the coach of Hong Kong, and now the coach of the Korean side, Chung Hoon Suk. And the two of them under a little bit of pressure, I suppose, a few nerves down there, Di.
Yeah, you feel it as a coach at this stage of the championship. Obviously, it's for that second spot. Japan, who secured the championship, always competitive in this arena, year in, year out.
And there's the referee down there Hirumi Shimizu from Japan, and he's got the two assistants also from the Japanese Federation, Toru Kakiwara and Tazu Hirabayashi. And it's Hirabayashi is on the far side, and you have Kakiwara on this side. Last on the whistle for Shimizu. Underway. First couple of minutes of this game is going to be very important. Straight away there in numbers, but it's going to go back to the team in white, and that's a clearance from a little box kick, and then a bit of a mistake, but it's collected by Alex McQueen just inside the Korean half, and now they can move it. Cadol Lee getting it out, taking it to Parfin, Chop, putting a little bit of elbow grease into it. As the Hong Kong side can take it forward. You can see Adrian Griffiths down on the ground there, wearing the number 5, getting up at the back of that scrum. We keep an eye on him, because he's going to be very important for them. Here's Cadol Lee getting it away again, pushing it out to Max Woodward, and Hood out there as well, blast on the referee's whistle. Rudy has awarded a free kick to Hong Kong, and I can tell you that the captain straight away, Nick Hewson, has pointed to the uprights, going to have a shot.
Yeah, settling period for Hong Kong. Performed particularly poorly in the first 10-15 minutes in Hong Kong. It's critical that they hold on to the ball and go through phases like they did then. So a good opening for Hong Kong, forcing the penalty, and if Ben Rimini can slot this over, it's a great start, and what Coach Andy Hall wanted and has asked for from the players.
Yeah, and of course he's a left-footed kicker. We don't see a lot of them in rugby, do we?
No, I've grown up with a number of left-footed kickers, and they make me twitchy, the left-footed kickers.
Well, let's see what Ben can do with this one. Taking a little bit of time over it, as he's right to do. Bit of a breeze blowing. Going to help him a little bit. But that one looks as if it's going to drop just short, and it does. And it wasn't short, but it was a little bit wide as well. Back there to clean up the Korean side is that 23-year-old Jang Sung Min, the fullback, who's serving in the army at the moment, and a lot of clubs are looking at him, Di.
Yeah, there's some great pace in the back three. I know that 7 or 8 of these guys play professionally in Japan, and indeed I think moving forward to the next World Cup, I'm sure we'll see a few more Koreans.
On this side, Nick Hewson couldn't play. Can't say that the sun deceived Cadol Lee.
Yeah, just seemed lack of communication again, and Andy Hall, who sat in the stand, not particularly happy at this week. Talked about less than mistaking individual responsibilities, and it's a big mistake given an attacking platform to career early in the game.
They're gone to the big man at the back, and he's in Kim Ho-bum. Now they drive forward by the Koreans, comes back to Wang Sik. There's the number 3. Now they can move it out the back. That's a big change there, because they brought the number 13, Song Soo, into the center. So they can pick up the middle by Kim Jeep. He's a tough man to try and stop. Very, very hard and difficult, but there's a mistake. The ball dropped by Sun Chai, and now the Hong Kong team can clear it. Got a lot of height behind it, but didn't get a lot of distance that he was hoping for, but it bounces. Okay, but it's taken in by Kim Ho-bum. Big group from Korea on that far side. Purely mistakes, Di.
Yeah, a few early mistakes. Both teams settling in, a critical turnover there for Hong Kong, and interesting to play clear, but again, critically for Hong Kong, that mistake led to a great attacking opportunity on the edge of the 22 by Korea, and Hong Kong will not afford to give up field position away in the first 20 minutes if they're going to be successful in this game.
Exactly, like the Chop to get a bit of assistance in it. The 26-year-old plays with the Hong Kong Sports Club. You need him around. He's a big guy. He's 6 foot 2, about 17 and a half stone weight, so you need him for a bit of push up front.
certainly concerning, and always early in the game when you see a forward go down, particularly against Korea. They tend to be very dominant in that area. But Lachlan playing for the Hong Kong Scottish club, and born in Hong Kong, and spent his formative years down in Australia, growing up, and now returned to Hong Kong, his birthplace.
He's up. He's all right. He's a tough one, as you'd expect. As you'd expect from the front rower. Now let's see what happens here. This is going to be interesting. The first scrum of the game. Let's see how that shapes up. You'd expect that. Power and power on both sides. Referee taking a look at Jack Parfitt on this side. John Ackman helping out. Lachlan Chubb, the hooker in the middle. And then you got Kim G striking. And the blast on the whistle. And he has penalised Korea again. And Nick Houston decides, let's settle it down again and go for another one.
Interesting call where, you know, we need to settle into the game here now, and referees will make some calls at scrum time that will baffle us on occasion. So a bit concerned that we've gone back to a scrum on this situation.
I think he might be trying to make a statement, Nick, with his team up front, but they got a little bit overrun there. But I think they got a hold of it, and it's at the back and turned over, yes. The Koreans are able to go in and pull it around. This is Mong Jun, and they got a bit of speed out here. And now they can offload it, and they get it away to Yong Hyun. But he's bundled into touch.
We're certainly going back to that scrum, Colin. That's sending a message out to the Hong Kong team that we need to get lowered at scrum time, and we need to make sure that we secure ball. So, as I was saying, a little bit of a strange decision against a powerful scrummaging pack in Korea, where we had a free ball to play off a free kick. So it'll be interesting to see what messages go on from the coaches now, and whether there will be a change of thought process in terms of scrum time.
Yeah, and a bit of timing as well, timing off from the strike. Throw in to Hong Kong, coming from Lachlan Chubb, goes to big Paul Dwyer. He's able to pull it down. Now they can move it forward, and at the back they got Toby Fenn wearing the number 7. Inside him, Matt Lemming. Now Caddo Lee wants it, the scrum half, but he's not going to get it. But a breakaway on the far side. Now they can move it. Remedy puts it in the middle. Gives it to Max Woodward. Woodward goes to ground. To the skipper. And again, he's holding on to the ball. Penalised just inside the Korean half.
Interesting call there from the referee. It was actually coming in from the side by the attacking side. Something that's been called more regularly now, but it's a side entry he's called.
Young Hyun with the kick.
Must come through the gate as the attacking player or the defensive player, and another mistake there by Hong Kong, having gone through just 2 phases of ball possession, turning it over and giving again Korea an attacking opportunity on the edge of their 22.
But I'm sure all of you coaches are sort of telling the players all the time about these rules that are there. But when you get out there, it's a little bit different, isn't it?
Certainly is. You know, you're looking when you get isolated like Nick then.
Kim Ho-bum pulling that one down, offloads it, gives it inside to Kong Woo. Now they can rotate it again. There's a big break from the fullback, and you won't stop him. He's difficult to stop, the big army man. And it's gone over the line, but what is the referee deciding? That was a big break by the fullback, Jan Song-ming.
I think we're going to find, Colin, it was kicked over the line, and should be a dropout 22.
Well, what's he going to do? Rui Shimizu, and he's awarding a scrum, or is he's having a chat with the the captain, and also with the number 11 there for Hong Kong, Kam Sin Yu.
He hasn't signalled it, Colin, but it appears, yeah, there's the penalty.
Yeah. He's saying the man was tackled. Line out for Korea. Kim Jeep putting it into the line out again. They're able to grab it with the tall men, but it runs loose. You can see the Koreans are backing away, ready to strike. They're going to hold on to it and try and drive. Slipped at the wrong moment for the Koreans. That was Kim Na-mook, but they have it out on this side again. And there's the number 14, and that's the speed man, Bin. Jingal Bin. It's there for the Koreans. They're going to try and drive. Can he get over the line? And the referee is taken it out, held up. He's taken it out to 5 meters.
Good defensive play from Hong Kong. They're coming off the line and making their one-on-one tackles, but again, this is down to sustained pressures, down to the turnover and the mistake earlier on, and Hong Kong can't afford to be spending 4, 5, 6 minutes without the ball, and it's going to be sapping, particularly in this heat. So big scrum.
Yep. You got the Sung Koo, Park Sung Koo, number 1 on this side.
Lots of width in their attacking line as well. No blindside wing.
Yep. Again, there was a lot of space there for them. And that was a runaway for Jung Min, and he's got over the line, and the referee says it's a score. Difficult to stop him from there.
Yeah, powerful run, running straight at Tom McQueen.
Yep.
In the defensive line. Questions being asked of whether there was movement on the floor of leg drive after he'd been tackled.
But it'll go down as a try to Kim Jong-min.
I think that's a fair try, one movement. You have the opportunity in law to place the ball, and he's placed it down and scored the try, so I don't think there's any problems there.
Captain will be pretty happy. The Korean captain.
Now there's an interesting shot which is illegal. There's an interesting shot on camera there, Colin, where the coach is actually communicating via the walkie-talkie directly with the player on the field. It'll be interesting to see if that's picked up at the end of the game.
Well spotted.
The medic providing direct communication with the coach over the walkie-talkie. I think you'll find it's illegal in World Rugby, but we'll come back to that one a bit later.
At some stage. So, the Koreans with first blood, 7 points of a lead. Collected in by the Koreans again. This time is taken up by Park Sun-chae. They have it at the back again. Wong-jun, long kick. It's going to go down and fly over the head. I think he might have been a bit blinded by the sun there. Alex McQueen goes back, flipping down the sides. Let's find touch. Get my guys back on my side of the line.
Great kick as well, though, from Korea. Great clearing patterns, and again, a concern, a mistake individually, then ball going over the fullback's head, and Alex McQueen, and then a poor kick return. And so we're in, Hong Kong are under a lot of pressure again on the edge of the 22. This is the way the game went in Hong Kong. I hope that Hong Kong can sustain this pressure now and come away.
Go to the back of the line, well taken in as well by that big number 8, Park Sun-chae. again, Hong Kong rotating it, recycling it again very quickly. This time they go to Song Soo wearing the number 13. This is Park Sung Chai wears the number 8. Again, they got wide on the outside. They got a big overlap and they went inside and changed direction. Came away from the assistance that they had out there.
Interblock in there, but got away with it that time, Colin.
There's the captain again for Korea taken down and player taken out, and I think Rui Shimizu is going to reach for his pocket, is he? And he's going to have a word with Jack Parfitt, talking to the captain, and he has reached for his pocket. Yellow card. So Hong Kong down to 10 men.
Didn't actually pick that one up, Colin, initially. It'd be interesting to see if there's a replay of that. See right in front of the referee. The referee didn't miss it. A critical 10 minutes ahead now with Hong Kong down to 14, and a real critical 10 minutes for them.
So Jack Parfitt is going to sit out the next 10 minutes, and
I think the Koreans made a little bit more of it than there was.
Yeah.
Bit of soccer act in there, but certainly a penalty, and certainly not sure whether it was a yellow card, but good acting.
Rui saw it. Again, Korea with the advantage. 12 meters, 13 meters out, they go short. That was a classic off the training ground move. Drive forward again, they're holding it in. There it is, there at the back. If they can move it. Jung. Again, they go to the number 1. That's Sung Koo. Here is Park Sung Chai. Now they go wide and they've got a big overlap on the far side, and they've got a man outside, and that's going to be easy. Going to be very easy for the speedster Jingal Bin, the number 14 over there. Once they won that quick ball dive, it was always on.
That's a great try, pulling the initial 2 or 3 players from Hong Kong into the tight with the first hit-ups. But this is great hands, a great dummy run, a box type play, and just simple hands. But great play by the Koreans, and you know, it's been a signature of their championship so far. The dynamic out wide, their back play's been fantastic, and again that's textbook stuff. That's a fantastic try by Korea.
Yeah, and it's the movement, it's the speed, as you mentioned.
Yeah, the damage is being done up front. The continuity and the go forward is being done by the forwards, the big guys taking it into contact area. And this is how Korea like to play and always do play in the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the game. And it's a case of Hong Kong again giving field position up, critical mistakes to kick returns, and giving them the platform to build their game, their power game, and then release these wide backs, which are so dangerous.
And that one's drifted away. So it's the Koreans on the board with 12 points against the Hong Kong side. And we're reminded that, of course, the Hong Kong side down to 14 men with Jack Parfitt sitting out the 10 minutes. Given out by the referee Shimizu. We might get a look at that later on, Di, and see what it was about.
And Korea will look to exploit this one-man advantage now in the next 8 minutes.
Again, he's having a big game for them, the number 5, Yongku, the 30-year-old.
Certainly not the easiest man to lift in the lineouts, but certainly...
There's a mistake. Here's a chance for the Hong Kong side. This time it was Max Woodward was able to pick it up. Now they can move it out to the far side. They're, what, 10 meters out. They can recycle it quickly again, they do. But they run into a bit of a stone wall. But they've got it again. Now it's going to be about hands. Oh, that's a great ball inside. Lovely switch of play, and Hong Kong are over for a try.
Well, it's one of those games, fantastic. An unusual mistake by Korea back in their 22, but just going to show that if Hong Kong can stay on the money, if they can put these Koreans under pressure in their 22, mistakes will be made, and it was what happened in the second half in Hong Kong. But a lovely little inside ball there by Ben Rimini, just pulling players in, knowing Yukam Singh was on his shoulder, and a great little score and riposte from Hong Kong. Fantastic opportunist try, you have to say.
Good try. Nice pass inside, opened up the gap, and the player was there to take that opportunity. And the kick going to be easy. It looks easy for a left footer, I should say, for Ben Rimini. Yes, and the flags go up. So, scoreboard takes over 12-7.
My experience tells me here now, Colin, it's an interesting body language from the Koreans now. When they're on top and they should be 12 and 11 cross back down in the Hong Kong 22, but they are walking slowly back to the halfway line. It almost takes the sting out of them. It does really affect them then when they have a bit of a sucker punch put against them. So it'd be interesting to see how they respond now. Still Hong Kong with 7 minutes left on the sin bin, down to 14 minutes.
There's the restart, long down into the 25, collected by Cadol Lee there, gives it off to the skipper Nick Hewson. Nick trying to take it out to the 22, but they can rotate it, and here's Tom McQueen. Long kick, but it's staying in play, collected by Pak Sun Chai, and he gives it to the full-back, but he's put it up in the air, and Tom McQueen comes in, makes a good catch. Let's come back on the Korean side again, another box kick, this time over the head and the mark, taken at the back.
Real frenetic stuff again, Colin, end-to-end stuff. You can see the coaching team shouting, you know, you're not allowed to dive on a player on the floor. Alex McQueen put under pressure and turnover. But Tom McQueen, brother, just settling things down. Not the best of kicks to touch.
Came off the side of the boot. So he's just moved play outside the 22.
I sometimes get frustrated with players, and you know, people should know that that kick is critical. The mark was good, but to then give the opposition ball just outside the 22 is critical that the guys think a little bit more and clear their lines. This is an ideal opportunity for Korea to build an attack again.
There's the captain again, Kim Jong-min. Good ball inside. Can they recycle it quickly? Oh, he's picked it up. He's stolen it from the back and he's gone away. The captain again. Kim Jong-min stole a match on everyone, even his own players. Didn't know what he was doing, just picked it up.
It was a fantastic opportunity to try again through the middle of the pack, but I go back to the kick to touch. We cannot afford, Hong Kong cannot afford to be putting the ball and giving possession to this huge Korean pack on the edge of their 22 and giving opportunities constantly to the Korean guys, attacking platforms.
How did he steal that? And that's basically what he did. Stole it and ran away. And easy conversion. That takes us out to 17-7. With the kick.
A little bit like Hong Kong, frenetic first 20 minutes and 4 tries on the board.
Exactly, and Hong Kong waiting for the time clock to run out for Jack Parfitt so he can come back into the action. 19 points to 7. Interesting that the kick has gone out on the full, and the breeze actually is blowing, has actually turned around. 1 minute it was blowing with Hong Kong, and now it's blowing against them. And suddenly the flags on the far side drop down. as if there's no breeze.
Yeah, it's a strange old wind, and I think it's the stadium open-sided one, and I think the wind is whistling through the stand that we're sat in, Colin, and creating this circulation of the breeze. But no excuses there. Ben Rimini, another critical individual error. As coaches, you sit in the stand, and this is basic stuff in terms of being able to kick the ball 10 metres and keep it in play. And a critical mistake again, offering up another ideal attacking opportunity to career and possession straight back to them.
So Jack Nielsen has gone into the fray, and Toby Fenn has come out. So Jack got to add a bit of power to the front as Toby sits down, but again the Koreans get it. That man was in close, but they just got to watch the speed of the players. That was the fullback. Jang Song-min was in there. Now they can rotate it again. This is Wang Sik. And they put it out here, but there's a mistake, but a good recovery. And the ball knocked forward. Taken in by Kim Na-muk. And you can see Toby Fenn going back into the action.
Hong Kong got away with that a little bit, 7-all in the sin bin period, so Hong Kong still in the game. We're back to full complement.
Yep, Jack Paff had gone back in. And there's a Hong Kong player needing some attention. And it does look a bit of a problem for Hong Kong at the moment.
Jamie Hood.
Jamie Hood is holding groin.
I think it's a shoulder, actually.
Shoulder, maybe, yes.
Shoulder.
So it doesn't look too good for Jamie. And into the action goes Tyler Spitz. Tyler, the 25-year-old, wears the number 22. So that's a bit of a loss to the Hong Kong side to lose Jamie Hood. It does look as if it is his shoulder. You're dead right. Right shoulder. Scrum on the halfway line. And the referee says that the Hong Kong front row were pulling it down.
Wow, what a strange decision that was. No hit in at scrum time. Appeared that there was a hit. Hong Kong being penalised.
Yeah, he's going to bring him back in again. And you can understand Lachlan Chubb, the hooker for Hong Kong in the middle, asking the question of Rudy Yamazu, the referee from Japan. And you can see the referee talking and chatting to John Aikman on the far side. Again, put in, it was a lot steadier at the scrum that time, but the Koreans are on the move again. They go to the out half, and here's the big fullback again in the line, and Jang Song-min taken to ground. Again, they get over the advantage line. Got the ball, and then they go wide. Man inside. The Koreans get up inside the Hong Kong 22. They rotated right across the ground. Big long pass out here to Kim Jeep. He finds his partner Song Koo up onto the 22. Koreans all over it again. They go into the middle. That's one of the quick things about this Korean side, the movement of the forwards and the backs, the interchange positions. The Hong Kong team needing to turn over, and they got it that time. And nice ball out the far side. And there's a chance for the Hong Kong team. I thought the Hong Kong player didn't look. He had a lot of ground in front of him. And what is he? penalised the Hong Kong player for playing it on the ground? Couldn't be.
No, I think he's been penalised for holding on to the ball, but again, if you have a look now, the guy that actually goes off his feet.
Yep.
And for me, that's a penalty against Korea for going off their feet to win the ball, not a holding penalty. Just again, a little bit of inconsistency taking place at the contact area, and it's confusing for the players on both teams when these kind of calls are made. See Nick Hewson now talking to the referee, asking him about that decision. Not very good.
28 minutes gone, 19-7 in favour of Korea, the team in white. For those of you who just joined us a bit late, the team in red and white from Hong Kong, defending the left-hand side of your screens, those of you watching at home. Good ball taken in again by the Koreans. Big run around by Park Sung-chai. Big number 8. He's having a very good game for Korea. Hong Kong under a bit of pressure again on the far side. They got a loose man over there, Sung-koo. Park Sung-koo, the 32-year-old, very experienced player. Break it out, taken out to Kim Nam-mook. Kim Nam-mook goes to ground again. Lee Mong-jun looking around for assistance this time. He gets it from O, but a tackle went in, a missed tackle from Jack Parfitt. Again, they go to this man, Park Sung-chai. They move it out again to Nam-mook, and then a little kick ahead. And going back there is the fullback, Jang Sung. He's taken to ground. They're trying to drive forward again when the Koreans see that white try line. They really put on the drive. Jang Sung-min, the fullback.
That's a great kick.
Kick from the corner, and he's waiting for it.
Oh, what a great kick. And Hong Kong were in a lot of trouble then.
It was the captain who has scored 2 tries already. Missed that one in the air, Kim Jong-min.
Great vision by the 10, almost a predetermined call. Fantastic kick, and should have been another try for Korea.
Throw in. Oh, poor throw in, but the referee has called it back, saying that the Korean player was offside.
Closing the gap, I think. Yeah. Well, lucky it was it's only a free kick, so it wasn't infringement. So again, Hong Kong getting away with that.
Then Remedy to kick. Puts it nearer to the halfway line. They'd like another couple of yards onto that.
Big 8 minutes now for both teams as we run into half-time, Colin, with it finely balanced based on Hong Kong need to hang in there before half-time.
Big take by Jang Sung-man at the back. Jang Sung-man, big tall man. Six foot 4. He's 24 years of age. Sending the trainer off. Gone in, shot out the outside.
Concern again that the control is not there at the scrum. The scrum is moving before the ball's coming in. Again, it needs to be controlled, and otherwise the scrummage is going to lead to critical injury gone down there. Interesting decision to give it to Hong Kong, but the scrum needs to be stable before the ball comes in.
And I think one of the things that the Hong Kong team have to do is they got to put a couple of phases together and get a bit of confidence back.
Certainly, as they've been starved of possession, Korea building their phases. Critical line out here.
Good ball taken in by Paul Dwyer. Again, the Koreans are trying to swing it around, but Adrian Griffiths leading from the front there, driving the Koreans back. There's 2 Koreans still hanging on to him, even though the ball is miles away from them.
Koreans in the middle of the mall now. There's the penalty that Hong Kong are looking for.
Good drive forward by the Koreans. They've gone, what, 20 meters? No,
Fantastic. It's 40 meters and it has collapsed. Penalty's been given. Free play to Hong Kong.
Hand out. Yeah, and he's penalized the Koreans. That was a good drive by the Hong Kong team.
Fantastic control and play. Be interesting now to see if they can replicate this by winning the ball. Critically now, winning the ball before they even think about driving it. So line-out process has got to be right. And interesting to be whether or not Korea decide to back off this line-out, which they've used throughout this championship. So an interesting game of chess going on now.
Chop to put it in for Hong Kong, 12 meters out from the Korean line. Paul Dwyer pulls it down for Hong Kong. They can keep it at the back again. They're slowly but surely going forward. And a blast on the referee's whistle.
Again, I'd like to look at that one again. He's called obstruction by the Hong Kong team. The ball was shifted. Korea had taken their opportunity to collapse the mall. Big area of controversy in the world game at the moment, calling this. Interesting to see that one again. Ball was shifted outside the line of the original maul. It was still the same maul. The referees are calling it very...
They're sticking right to the rules.
I suppose it's for us as players and coaches, it's okay and he's made his decision, but we're not really sure what the referees are interpreting this area of the game as at the moment.
Strike by the Koreans, they win it back and now they can clear it through their out half. Oh Young-yoon, and he takes it down to the 22. So Hong Kong lost a bit of ground there through no fault of their own, I would say. Throw in again.
Take us back to 3 weeks ago, this 2 minutes running into half time was a critical period. Hong Kong turning the ball over and conceding a score early.
That time taken in by Adrian Griffiths. Here's a chance for the Hong Kong team as they go forward through Woodward. Rotated out to the captain, Yusin. Good ball from Remini. Nice ball inside again from Alex McQueen. Ball is there for the Hong Kong team. This time they come to this side to Matthew Lemming. Again, Parfit driving forward, taken to ground, still keeping possession. There is the skipper, Nick Hewson, edging towards that try line. Good ball, a great tackle, took the man in the air. Good tackle by a man who a lot of people thought wasn't a good tackler, Oh Young-hyun. But the referee brings them back. And he's going to give a penalty to Hong Kong.
Interesting decision here to go for the corner.
Yeah, I think Nick Hewson wants to try and put a score on the board, not give one away before half-time.
Simply amazing how mirror image this game has become to the last one, with Hong Kong coming back into the game with 5 minutes to half-time.
Go to Adrian Griffiths at the back. Griffiths pulls it down, and the Hong Kong team get right around, and they're taking it forward but sideways, but now they can drive it forward again. The drive is on. And
there's the try.
It's a try And I'm just wondering who was underneath that, and it certainly looks as if it was Toby Fenn.
Toby Fenn has got the touchdown.
Yeah. Toby Fenn.
What a great try, you know, for the first time that Hong Kong have held on to the ball for any kind of period for the last 8 minutes of the first half, and the try has come and really narrowing the gap into a half where you would think as the Koreans go down the tunnel at the half-time, Colin, they should have been perhaps 17, 20 points clear of the opportunity and possession they've had, but Hong Kong critical score just before half-time, which opens up the second half to be a fantastic 40 minutes.
Sure, and now if Ben can put this one over, which he should do. Good side for the left-footed kicker. That's going to close the gap. And as Dai says, make a very interesting second half.
It'll certainly make the changing rooms, the Korean changing rooms, a lot different, and indeed.
Oh, he sprayed it. Went off the boot, sprayed it a bit wide. So not converted. We're down to 19-12. Just before half-time. Well, it's running into the last minute.
Critical miss again there by Ben Rimmen. Easy kick for an international level. You have to take these opportunities.
And you can see the Hong Kong team are looking forward to half-time. They're slowly but surely getting back on side. There's the kick. Bit of misjudgment back there by Tom McQueen, and then the clearance, and it drops down on the halfway line or near to the halfway line. I can tell you that Rudy Shimazu, the referee, looked at his watch, and the throw-in is going to be halfway between the 22 and the halfway line. They go to the back of the line out again and again. They go to Park Sun-chai. Referee decides it's half-time. Interesting first half.
Certainly was. Very much a mirror image of Hong Kong, with Hong Kong hanging in there and managing not to give away the critical span of 14, I think it was 17 points in Hong Kong, so well within this game, and Korea will be disappointed walking down the tunnel at half-time.
There's the half-time score for you. Korea 19, Hong Kong 12 in this Asia Rugby Championship taking place here in this magnificent stadium in London. We'll be back with the second half, and we'll have highlights from that first half for you as well.
The second setting,